Communicating with others is something we all need. Before, we simply went outside our homes and talked with people face to face. But as time went on, technology evolved, and soon we went from talking over the phone to chatting over the computers. It helped us communicate and see each other from greater distances, but like everything else, every good thing can also have a negative impact to people in varying degrees. Also, we will see the self-journey of a boy looking to meet up with a friend he made online and wishes to see them in real life. My name is Ethan Ramirez, and I'm glad to be with you today. I know what it's like to use technology to talk with others. Heck, I've talked with people over the phone and saw their faces with it. I even got my own computer and video chat with my friends and family. To me, it was very convenient to see them again without having to leave the house. But like a lot of things can change. For now, why don't we see from the perspective of a boy who's met someone important over his computer?
Hello? John, are you there?
Hey, Hannah, I'm here. Another day, another look out the window.
Yeah, it's been the same for me too.
I've been outside here and there, but everything is different since the last time I've really been outside.
Yeah. So, is it okay if I tell you something?
Sure.
Um, I think I think I want to finally go outside.
That is so awesome. Wait, I wasn't being too forward, was I? I'm sorry about that.
No. I was just thinking of something else.
Oh, then tell me, what was you thinking about?
I want to meet face to face.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sure. Just let me know when and where, and I'm there. I gotta help my dad with something first, but I can't wait to see you.
I, I think we might. Hey, I think we're actually getting a call. Let's see who it is. Oh, hey! Look who it is, Andre Gonzalez. Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me on this video call. I've been just good lately, so I'm excited to do this.
Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. Hey, if you don't mind, can I ask you like a few questions?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Please go right ahead. I'm all ears.
Okay, with technology and life, how did that make you feel when it came to talking to people?
Oh, with technology in my life, I think I would say it has been definitely a big help, and I would also say it's actually a really good first step to where if you're just nervous in front of, talking in front of people or maybe just talking in big groups, I think definitely talking over technology, whether it's on a phone call or a video call, I think it can be definitely helpful for people, and it's a good way to stay connected, especially with anybody that's far away from you.
But before that, we were also talking in real life. As I said before, we had to go out and physically talk to others, actually interact with them. So with that in mind, has interacting with people in person, face to face, and through technology such as your phone, computer, two different things for you?
I I would have to say so. Yeah, definitely interacting with real people and then interacting with somebody through a video call or through technology can definitely be a big difference. To me, I see it as where I guess in person, things not only feel more real, but they are just way more real. And I think you're way more better to pay attention to that when it is in person. And then when you compare it to over a video call or through technology, I think there's almost like a safe padding for to think of stuff or to bring stuff up, or whether there's like internet connection issues or anything like that. So I guess you can say it has more convenience for a video call over in person, but in person it just the feel is completely different and it feels much more alive and human. So I tend to prefer in person.
So, do you think that all this over reliance on technology nowadays may be a bit concerning, especially since we were once at a point where it was our only way to talk with others?
I would say for me at least, it's just a little concerning simply because a lot of people, like friends and family, I know some friends and family where they're just almost on their phone all the time, and sometimes it can be a little distracting, or like you said, over reliance on it, where some people might not pay attention as much in person because they're just so used to the technology doing a lot of the things for them or just helping them out. And then it can definitely, I think, lead to perhaps memory issues and definitely attention spans when you're just always glued on technology. When I think it's just a tool, but I would say just don't abuse it or don't overuse it. Just use it as if you need help sometimes, but don't rely on it to do a lot of the hefty living for you.
All right. Hey, thanks again for joining this call. Keep me posted, buddy, and I'll see you again next time.
Of course, thank you so much.
But isolation and having to avoid direct contact with others was something I was unprepared for. So my phone and my computer became my main forms of communication with those who weren't my parents. When I wanted to see their faces, sometimes I used my phone, but then I'd have to keep charging my battery, and that I wasn't a big fan of holding it in front of my face the whole time. So I got my laptop and started video chatting with them. It was very weird seeing them in front of me, but in real life they were too far away for me to touch. If I did touch them, I'd just be touching my laptop screen, and they sometimes asked me what I was doing. It was funny at times. Well, perhaps we should continue watching how John has been doing with finally meeting his friend.
I think this is where she said she was going to meet me at. I hope I'm in the right spot.
Hi.
Hey.
Are you John?
Yes, I am. Are you Hannah?
That is correct.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice to finally meet you.
Nice
in
to
person.
finally meet you.
Cool.
So, we finally meet face to face.
Yeah, after all this time.
Yeah. Mind if I sit?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks.
So I may not be showing it, but I'm kind of in shock that I'm actually seeing you in real life.
Yeah, tell me about it. I talked to you and the others over the computer and the phone, but seeing you here and now, it's pretty exciting.
Hey, let's continue talking at my house. We'll just be sitting on the porch and drinking water, but still.
Sure, that sounds good. I am interested in seeing what it looks like. All right, let's go.
John finally met his friend in real life. That is such amazing news. I wonder if it's going to be an adjustment seeing each other from outside of the computer screens. It certainly was for me. Months of isolation, having to avoid contact with others was something else. I mean, I didn't go insane from it. I didn't really mind it that much. But it still took some time for me to get used to it. When I wasn't going to groceries or getting other household supplies with mom or dad, I was holed up in my room and trying to keep quiet to avoid bothering them when they were trying to do work on their computers. And the most I did to being outside was opening my window to let the fresh air in. I mean, after the winter when it wasn't so cold outside and when I had to put plaster on the windows to keep the house from getting too chilly. But what was different was having to do my classes and homework online. No one could get to school, so I had to have my assignments emailed and needed to show proof that they were completed because otherwise they wouldn't believe me. I mean, anyone can just say that they were done with it. It was more difficult to do since I couldn't ask my teachers directly if they can give me a hint on how to solve it. Not cheating, I just needed a little assistance every now and again. I mean, all of us do. In high school graduation, instead of me being in an auditorium with my family there in the bleachers, the stands, I drove up and had teachers for an audience who gave me my diploma while I was wearing my graduation gown in the car. So even important events can change. Hey, I think we're actually getting a call. Let's see who it is. Hey, look who it is. Magnus Bunday. Magnus, my man, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Ethan. It has been a very busy week with all sorts of projects that I've been up to, but otherwise, now that the weather's getting warmer, I'm ready to breathe, relax, and enjoy the sun.
This weather has been quite crazy the last few weeks.
Sure has been rain and then sun and then rain and then sun, and I'm still expecting some snow in a few weeks.
Hey, if you don't mind, can I ask you some questions?
Absolutely.
So we were at a point where we had to do things online. What was it like taking classes online, doing assignments virtually?
Oh, it was not fun for me at all. I've always been a lot more of a kinesthetic person. I've been a lot more of a writer than a typer. And when I was in high school during the beef of the lockdown, I was not doing great. Assignments were just not easy to really follow. We were all new to online versions of school and websites and everything that we didn't really get training on. We had no clue where we were going. And thankfully most of the teachers were understanding of that, but it was still just not easy, especially for me.
Yeah, classes were different in person than they were online.
Absolutely.
What was another of the more obvious differences?
Obvious differences was not having the social connection with other people, not enjoying a lunch break after a long class and having that time to breathe. It was more so of nothing but time to breathe, which I feel like threw me and everyone else off because classwork became less of a had less in between times rather than class and then break. It was break, 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 occasional class, break, 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 class with no given times. So for a lot of people, it was just, there was less effort put into pretty much everything.
There were times I had to constantly remind myself not to get distracted just because we weren't in class.
Oh, so many times where it was easier just to, because for calls, for classes, we'd have the calls, and it was easier just to have another screen right off to the side and pretend you were listening. And because of that, if you ask me anything that I learned in any class during the era of 2020 to 2022, I could not tell you. I don't remember anything. Yeah, big mistake on my part, though.
One last thing. Were you able to graduate from high school during isolation?
Unfortunately not. I actually got booted out. My grades dropped so bad during COVID and we're not able to recover. Even though I was back into physical classes, the throw off of not really, you still needed to take your work seriously, but having the ability to not have to take your work seriously and be able to do whatever you wanted at any given time threw me off. And that was a big mistake on my part, like I said, because it caught up with me. I got, unofficially, it was a kind of scandalous, in my opinion, with how my high school dealt with me. But yeah, I finished my diploma at MATC.
Yeah, for me, I kind of passed my high school, but it wasn't a regular graduation. My parents just drove me up in their car, and I was giving my diploma.
I feel so bad for anyone who was graduating at that time. It was so unofficial. I didn't even have a graduation, though, so I guess I can't really say much.
Hey, thanks again for being on here, Magnus. Take care, and I hope I see you again.
Awesome. You too, man. Good to see you.
Before we end this talk about our experience with technology and communication, let's watch one last part of our friend's journey now that he's finally met his friend that he met online.
It's been a long time since I've been outside like this. I was still too scared to go out when other people started to.
Same here.
So, now that we finally met face to face, what should we do now? I mean, I didn't exactly plan the day all the way through. The only plan I had was to meet you face to face.
I don't have a clue either. Maybe we just walk around the corner and see if a restaurant that's open. Or we could see if an arcade is open as well.
Maybe. I am interested in playing those games again after a long time. Who is it?
It's Will. He's having a get together. He's inviting us to it.
Really? With other people?
Yeah, but it's fine if you don't want to go. You can take it slow.
No, we'll go. I mean, I think my parents would be glad I'm doing something other than staying in my room on my computer all night.
Nice. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, but beforehand we'll go get snacks.
Sounds cool. Let's go.
Sure.
And action. That was one of the most amazing things I have ever seen. It was heartwarming, and it did play out realistically. In movies, they always go over dramatic, but it was grounded, but still, that didn't deplete how amazing that was. Like, it really warmed my heart. I'm glad John and Hannah could finally meet each other and begin to hang out. Yeah, after everyone was allowed to see each other again, that was an adjustment as well. We were so used to seeing each other through screens, it was weird to actually be interacting with people like they're right there in front of you, not in a screen. I suddenly had that feeling, making new friends, physically seeing old ones again, felt a little bit weird. Some people have been so used to using technology to communicate their whole lives, and real life interaction is unknown to them. But if you want to make true connections, then technology is just one way to start it. What really matters is that we all come together, sit down, talk, maybe share a meal or drink, and we get to know each other to catch up again. Thank you all for your time. I am so glad to have been here to tell this story to you. This has been Connections, Technology and Us.